Now then, it's about time for the next Oni guard to appear. But rest assured, you have nothing to fear, Master. I was concerned about what effect the alcohol fumes might have on me, but thus far there seem to have been none. And yet, it is always when things seem to be going smoothly that the ground falls from beneath your feet. I have been on my guard as well, but one can never be too careful. Are you okay? Your kind consideration warms my heart, Master. It is my appearance that concerns you, then worry not. I am a kunoichi and a shrine maiden, a shrine ninja, if you will, and alcohol is a key to many divine rites. I may be small in stature, but rest assured that I can endure alcoholic fumes as well as anyone. It seems like the intoxication and exhaustion effects of climbing the tower may not have much to do with how old each servant appears to be. If they did, then servants like Jack in nursery would presumably tire out quickly. But based on the data I've seen so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. So you say that how well one can hold one's liquor does not affect how intoxicated one becomes here? I'm afraid that such things tend to fly over my head, so I shall let you do the heavy thinking. Then why have I been able to climb this tower so easily despite my own weakness to alcohol? If I recall correctly, this tower was created by Shuten Doji using her noble phantasm. As such, its effects may very well differ from servant to servant. Perhaps it is due to the affinity or bond she has with a given servant. Indeed, speaking of bonds, being inside this tower inspires strange feelings within me. Something familiar, even nostalgic, something nice, and something cursed at the same time. Now I'm wondering if Shuten Doji and this shrine ninja have something in common. And on this floor in particular, I sense another scent. One who is strange, yet hauntingly familiar. Yes, for example, it... Huh? Who goes there? Oh, it's Gorgon. It's not Dante's. Who else would hide in the dark, cold shadows but a demon that feasts on gloom? Gorgon, what are you doing here? Did Shuten Doji hire you as well? Hire me? As if I'd ever let that stunted little Oni like her use me. Though I will admit that she did invite me here. Of course, I'm under no obligation to help her, but I do enjoy the demonic aura that permeates from this tower. It simply drips with poison. For me, being in this tower is much like... Well, it's like being in a hot spring is for you. So, why should my presence be anything but perfectly natural? Whatever your reasons, the question is on our minds. Do you mean to let us through or not? If you do, then all is well. If you do not... Master, Lady General, may I speak with you for a moment? Huh? What is a kunoichi of many attributes? Why are you tugging on our sleeves? Why would you call me that? That was just mean. Besides, you have plenty of attributes yourself, seeing as you are a widow, a horned creature, and a hakama wearer, and a bowless archer all in one. Oh my, I'm so sorry. It just slipped out. But you're right, I'm in no position to judge others. And I will have you know that I do carry a bow. Sometimes, right? At any rate, that's not why I wish to speak about you. I believe that this woman here is the source of the smell I noticed on this floor. I apologize for my impudence, but I cannot leave her behind. I can tell she's very twisted, or perhaps even cursed. Whatever her manner of ailment, I simply cannot look the other way. As such, I would like to talk to her, if at all possible. I understand this is a selfish request, one completely unbefitting of a shinobi, and yet, that's totally fine with me, but... Indeed, it all depends on how she responds. What are you whispering about over there? I had no intention of serving as a guard, but I feel almost as if our meeting here was fated. All of this is to say that I have no intention of standing idly by and letting you pass. I thought you just like being in the tower. Oh, it's simple, really. I love nothing more than tormenting weaklings and hearing their pathetic screams. Just because I'm soaking in what feels like a hot spring, to me, doesn't mean that I've gone soft at all. To me, tearing you lot to pieces sounds like a lovely way to pass the time. Unfortunately, it appears that she is not too interested in our conversation. Such avarice, such cold-bloodedness, it is just as I feared. Very well then, I shall see this curse's end through with my own eyes. I should have known that Eastern magical elements could only do so much. How could water so lukewarm ever be rejuvenating? I cannot even relieve my stiff shoulders. I'd be so much better off in the hot waters below. If you wish to move on to the next floor, then go ahead. I can't be bothered to stop you. I'd love to do just that, but... yes, you there. Why do you look at me like that? I knew it. You're cursed too. Huh? And you have the same great serpent curse too. I've never met you before. I've never met someone in the same situation as me. It is like meeting a dear friend for the first time. I never thought this would happen, especially after I became a servant. I suppose one truly never knows what fate has in store. What's she going on about? Beats me. I know not what you speak of, but you clearly have the wrong idea, little girl. Oh yes, I'm very well aware. Indeed, I understand all too well about how you feel. It's not the sort of thing that one can share easily. And there are matters of which one can only speak to another woman who shares her plight. As a shrine maiden, it's my job to help others unburden themselves. And of course, there are many things I wish to ask you as well. For example, do you also find it difficult to get out of bed on winter mornings? Do you find yourself wishing that you could just stay under the blankets until spring? That sounds more reptilian than anything. Shh, senpai, this is a private matter. It's because just because she's a cool ninja doesn't mean that she also doesn't want to act her age sometimes. I believe change of venue is in order if we are to discuss things any further. Let's take this to the women's bath outside. I'm well aware that snakes can enjoy cold and gloomy places, but that is exactly why we should pick each other's brains while in a nice warm bath. Come now. Well, wait, what are you doing? Stay back. All that earlier was just sour grapes. You couldn't get me into the hot spring outside even if you paid me. Why do you flee? Come now. Oh, they both ran off. Oh well, I was planning to have her arrested at this point anyway. Besides, there's nothing barring our path. Let us take this chance to advance to the next floor. Meanwhile... Umu! There's nothing so Roman as hot springs. These may pale in comparison to the great bathhouse I built at Campus Martius, but they're still wonderful. Hot water... That water is hot as the fires of hell, heat filling the crisp, clean air, light and steam so conveniently coalescing around certain body parts. What a lovely inferno. It's truly worthy of a tyrant such as I. Whatever am I going to do? I was already beautiful, but now I glisten 1,000 times more than usual merely by being here. Indeed, I'm the very picture of Venus rising from the ocean on an oyster shell. My beauty is like a painting that expresses the envy of the entire world. But alas, my beauty in these hot springs is now well beyond the gods and mortals alike. Forgive me. Now waiter, a nice cold glass of strawberry milk. Somebody's sure in a good mood. I probably shouldn't be at this point, but I am always surprised at how she can say things like that with a straight face in front of the literal goddess of beauty. I get it. I'm a goddess too, so I totally get it. Why did you need to bring your ugly paw staff into the bath? Reminds me of cats. I mean, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. There, now that I put some distance between myself and the feline, I dare say my own beauty easily rivals anyone here. I'm trying to hold my tongue regarding this situation of goddesses and beauty. Such tragedies the decision has wrought. Yeah! Why'd you get behind me? Are you some kind of cat too? By the way, everyone, haven't you noticed something a touch odd given the topic of conversation? Yes, now that you mention it, she's being quiet. All thanks to me being close by covering her ears before she could hear anything. It'd be really nice if someone were to trade places with me. If she gets worked up, I'll be the first casualty. You know, any takers, please? Blackbeard better not show up out of nowhere. Medea! I heard these hot springs do wonders for your skin. Move aside, little girls. That's the first I've heard of it. No matter. I'm only here to relieve the stresses of battle. Wow, she just sashayed in here cool as you please and slipped right into the best spot in the bath. If there's any truth to these springs being good for the skin, I wonder why that may be the case. It must be the essence. Yes, the essence of so many young servants soaking here before us. Hey, could you not give me that creeper stare for a bit? And you sound like super sketchy right now, Carmi. I see. I suppose that means that I should let the little girls keep their spots for the moment. Except for the one with the fox ears. She looks like she's just desperately pretending to be a high school girl rather than actually being one. If I could just sit beside a servant who is truly young and absorb their essence, that would be... Stop that, Medea. You're embarrassing yourself. Besides, I don't think skin is that important. Who cares about luster or elasticity or vitality? Those things just slip away with age, right? And we all look to be different ages, so I don't see the point in worrying about it. Don't you lecture me! Hey, stop that, Medeas. No fighting with yourself. Who's that? This is the best show I've seen in ages. I wonder which one of my pupils I should cheer for. Oh, Cersei, I think. I think that's Cersei. Pretty sure. I can't decide. Maybe I'll turn them both into piglets and be done with it. I just really hope that Ilya and Kuro don't show up. Uh-oh. Of course you don't understand now, but you will. One of these days you'll see that your beauty is a resource far more valuable than any magical energy. And now Berserker Valderado is upset. And one that fades over time whether you use it or not. Did you just say beautiful? You did, didn't you? Yes, and I am. I see. Very well then. Carry on. So someone on the level of an emperor shouting at the top of her lungs is actually able to reach her in her berserker state? You really do learn something new every day. I'm just glad it all worked out. I don't know what I would do if a berserker went berserk here. It's just not a proper battle unless you can take some time to soak and relax. 6 roots purification, 6 roots purification. Nero! Just hearing her voice from the woman's bath set him off. Not again. And we only just got Darius to settle down. Are we ever gonna actually get to relax in this bath?